I am a marketing specialist and I want to know by region, by state, by city, what my Twitter fan base is thinking about this event. So I know in the future how to react and how to better serve my community for a specific hashtag as well. Any questions so far?
Yeah.
So that, yeah.
Just a quick question on the fan base sentiment. You might not be at liberty to reveal it, but how many parameters of sentiment are assessed through the NLP?
You can add as many as 10 hashtags at the time, so you can choose the start date at the end date, and you can combine as many as 10. And then Watson Analytics, depending on the version that you're using, you will be able to get a sample row of 50,000 tweets or 100,000 tweets. So you will get the sentiment by user ID. You will never get the specific tweet comment that they are getting. For that, we have other solutions like social media analytics, because that's proprietary information. You cannot reveal what they are exactly tweeting, but at least you will be able to know if it's positive, neutral, or negative what they are saying. So you can combine, and you will see that during the demo as well.
Thank you.
So that's what we are going to do next. Now let me close the file. As I told you, we have the account number, we have the combined loan to value. This is the banking parameter, like the credit score, so the higher the better. We have the gender of the person, if they are a resident of the US or not, their income, the age, if they have a checking account, if they have a home loan, if they have insurance. So as you can see, we have flags, true or false, if they have an equity fund product, yes or no. So based on the history, I want to predict, based on a specific customer portfolio, what's going to happen if I have a new customer, if they are going to accept a specific program or not. Okay? So now let's upload the data.
Well, can I interrupt for a
Yes.
second? So all that data that you have in there in that Excel is the data that we are providing, right?
Yes.
As a customer. So if I have a question, which is going to be something that I want to know from that database, and it's not programmed by you, do I tell you to program the questions for me, or how is that? That's the part I'm not understanding.
Yeah, in this case, you have your own data, right? Your history data. You are going to upload that file into Watson Analytics, and you will be able to ask Watson Analytics what's going on with your own data.
So Watson
if you have a
Analytics,
specific question, you can ask it, and Watson Analytics will try to find an answer for you.
so that means that my data is going to your data. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then
your data
you
is
are
going to the cloud on Watson Analytics.
okay. So how secure is my data then?
As you can see here, we have secure socket layer, and you have LDAP authentication. So you can provide a user ID and password, so it's very secure. Yeah, it has encryption on top of it. And if you go to the professional and enterprise edition, you don't even have to upload the data. The data can stay on your own side of the firewall if you choose to. So you have multiple options. You can upload the data if it's a small data set, or you can keep the data on site without pushing it to the cloud. Like any other cloud application, you have options with IBM. You can keep the data in-house, or you can transfer the data to the cloud. Does that answer your question?
So and therefore the answers that I will have to questions are subject to a program that you have already in Watson.
Correct.
So if I have a question that's not already programmed in Watson, I won't have the answer.
If you have never uploaded data,
No, the data that I want is uploaded.
oh yeah. If you are asking something related to the data that is already there, it will try to find the answer, as you will see in my demo, and it's going to recommend, and it's going to tell you if it's relevant or not to your business question. So it's going to give you a percentage of the quality of the answer that it's trying to find. Okay? So once I have that data, it can be any data set. All you have to do is drag and drop, as you can see here. I am dragging and dropping to my browser, and I am just placing it here. I am uploading these 1,000 records to the cloud. As you can see, this is a live demo. Watson Analytics is processing the information, and now it's available in the Watson Analytics engine. So it took less than 10 seconds to upload 1,000 rows. Once you upload the data, I have it here. See? You have the date. So it was uploaded today. And then you have the options. It's going to tell you the data quality of your information. So you can go there. If you want to refresh the data, you can just click Replace Data. So you can refresh and re-upload. Imagine that you have a monthly database that is refreshed at the end of the month. You don't have to recreate the wheel. You can just refresh the data set without losing all the work that you did. You can do data refinery. So if you click Refine, you will see the data quality that you just uploaded. So the data that you saw in Excel is now available here. You can see the account number, the check-in, etc., etc. And it's going to let you know column by column, as you can see on the top, the data quality score. So if you have duplicate data, if you have missing rows, you can fix those data sets. If you have geographical information, like states or countries, if you have US in one field, USA in the next one, it's going to let you know that that particular record is most likely to match with USA and not US. So it's going to allow you to fix the data, do data cleansing, and you know where you have issues in every single column. Yes?
Does it specifically tell you by each column how to increase the score? Like,
yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. It's going to let you refine the data and fix the issues and consolidate the categories that you have. And you will be able to create calculations as well. So if we go here, as you can see here, if the data is not available, you can create calculations, you can create data groups and hierarchies. So if you have time-based analysis, like you can go from year to quarter to month, and you can start creating your drill down paths. So you can drill down when you have a chart. You can go from the year to the quarter to the month to the week. You can create a multi-dimensional structure for slicing and dicing and drill down capabilities as well. Imagine when you create a pivot table in Excel, you have to program all those links in between. With this, you can do it here on a visual interface without doing any type of programming or SQL code. Okay? So the next part of the demo is that once that I upload the data, I can do explorations. So I click Explore. This is live. So here, as you can see, Watson Analytics is recommending almost 10 starting points. So with Watson, you never start from scratch. You don't have to be a developer, a metadata resource that knows joins, links, SQL Server, or SQL code. Watson Analytics is going to recommend starting points, and it's going to create the charts for you. Remember, in Excel, you have to go there, analyze the data, insert a chart, etc., etc. Watson Analytics creates that for you. Going back to my questions, what do I need to answer? I want to know what's the average income by month, or for all my users, by age. Okay? So I see that the first recommendation is very similar. What's the trend of income over age I entered? All I have to do is click on that analysis, and Watson Analytics, as you can see there, created a chart for me by just uploading the file. Besides creating a chart, it's creating recommendations and data points that will bring insight depending on the relationship of multiple columns. So all the different KPIs that you see here came from Watson Analytics. It's going to let you know statistics about the data sets that you have. Okay? If you want to change the look and feel of the report, all you have to do is go here, select more options. You can do a bar. It's going to show the information at the bar, or you can do an area chart. So very quickly, you can change the information. the question itself that we were trying to solve was by age only. If you don't want something that Watson Analytics recommended, you can just delete that column. So now I have the income only by age, as you can see here. It's adding up the income. You can change up the summary options. So you can summarize the income, you can do an average, minimum, maximum, etc. In this case, I want the average. So you see how quickly you can tell that the age between 34 and 35 is your marketing highest paid, in this case, section for ages with your customers. So when you are doing a marketing campaign optimization, you can target those specific segments for better income that is available. Any questions so far? Very quickly, you can create a new one. Let's go back to the second question. We need to know what's the breakdown by gender. What's the percentage?
Show us the Twitter.
I will show you the Twitter, yes. So here, this is in natural language processing. All you have to do is ask a question. Rows by gender. And here, Watson Analytics is going to give you, if that question that you asked, going back to your question, if it's relevant or not. As you can see here, it found one, and it's telling you if that's a good answer. And there you go. You have female, male, and this is the breakdown. Remember, I have 1,000 rows. I can flip that information. But the question was, what's the breakdown, and how many of them have insurance? So if you want to add more columns to your analysis, all you have to do is look at your data that is here. This is my data. All I have to do is drag and drop the insurance column. So I have insurance here, yes or no. All I have to do is drag and drop it here. So now I have a breakdown of rows by gender and insurance. And if I want to combine them together, I can go here, and I can say display as a stacked chart. So now I have the percentage of female versus male, and if it's true, the green ones, I can tell the number of records. If I want a percentage, all I have to do is click display as a percentage. So now I know that for the male segment, probably 40% have insurance, and for women, 20% have insurance. Okay. Once you have the analysis, you can pin it. So when you want to create a dashboard, after you have done your exploration, you can start assembling stories and dashboards as well. So this covers data exploration. Now let's go back to the question from Deborah. She wants to do social media analytics. For that, this is all you need. You can upload the data. You select Twitter. IBM has a new partnership with Twitter data. So we can choose as many as 10 hashtags, like IBM Watson, Analytics, etc. You can do any or all. Very important, depending on your market. You can choose the language. If you want Spanish, English, if you're in Europe, you can select your language that you want, and the starting date and ending date. And then it's going to give you the estimates. Let's say...
Hack for change. Anyone else? SWFRTP. But I don't want to limit it. I want to see all the hack for change with FOR.
So let's do a starting time.
Like last week.
From February.
Sure.
Today. And it's going to, you want
Chew
that
on
in
that.
English? Show estimates.
Can you do all languages?
Yes. So in this case, you can do all languages. Do you want all?
Why not?
Yeah, let's do
So
all.
for English, we got 900 tweets. Remember, this is just a sample. So 920. And then you can upload the data. This is connecting live to the Twitter system, and it's going to give you sentiment analysis on top of that.
Oh my God, I'm in heaven.
So here you have it, uploaded today, 54% of quality. You will see all the columns that are available, and then you can start doing your exploration. You can start asking questions. What's the sentiment for the matching hashtag? How many followers do you have by author country?
I have a question about the quality. It's at 54%. What would lower it? What's...
You can go to the quality report and we can check that later. But just to give you an idea, what type of data do we have from Twitter? We have the year, we have the month, probably because we have unknown. So if you see unknown or blank or not qualified, not every single Twitter member is going to provide the country of origin. So if you have missing data, like this, negative, neutral, or Watson doesn't find a match, that's lowering your score. But you can see the time zone, you see the tweet is encrypted, so you will never see the actual text, the 140 characters, but you get the sentiment.
Okay.
The number of tweets, the number of followers, the country, etc., etc. So going back to the question,
Really?
we will do that for this question. What's the number of tweets by author country? You can just ask it.
There's a new question. It doesn't already have it loaded. Ask it.
You can ask the question. And here you see a geographical map.
Oh, wow.
And Watson Analytics for this specific hashtag is going to do the analytics. Of course, you're getting from the US, Canada, even from India, Australia.
Wow. Spain, France.
And you can drill down. This is the hierarchy optimization that I was talking to you about. You can drill down to a specific state, and you can see the information for all those states. California is the one that is tweeting the most. You can get the analytics by time, by day. So if you want to say what's the time that they are tweeting the most, you can do that as well, and you can ask.
Florida's rocking. I bet Illinois or Chicago.
We can drill down to Florida if you want.
Can you do it by zip code?
Yeah, let's look at Florida.
If you upload zip codes, yes, you will have.
Okay, so
geospatial
you're looking
analytics.
at areas.
See Miami now.
City.
Miami, yeah.
Yeah, Miami's going insane today. And Tampa's doing a lot too, yeah.
Who doesn't even know?
Then you can pin it, and then it's going to be available for you.
Oh my God, how exciting.
So this is what's on analytics. You can do analytics on top of anything. And once you are ready with your exploration, this is the cool stuff. You have a statistician in a box. You can create a prediction. Going back to my demo, right?
So just curious though,
yes.
so when you said pin it, am I saving a JPEG of that graph?
It's actually a component, like a widget that will be available in your final dashboard. I will show you that.
So if I wanted to have like a JPEG to post
Oh, yes.
on
You
Twitter
can,
about the tweets, I'd have something available on this analytics.
That's a great question. Yes.
You're gonna break tweet.
Yeah.
Twitter. You're gonna tweet about the tweets done on Twitter.
Yeah,
It's a recursive inception.
You can share. So going back to your question, you can send your analysis.
There you
via
are.
Email, image, PDF, PowerPoint.
Awesome.
But the power of Watson Analytics you haven't seen yet. I want to create a prediction. Remember, going back to my demo, based on the financial data, the credit scores for my customers, I want to know what's the best candidate profile so I can sell retirement products.
Okay.
That was the question for my manager, if you remember.
Let me reach out to new techie
What's the
people in Southwest
retirement and
Florida.
debt funds programs? Who is the best customer candidate for that?
Who are my hackers?
With Watson Analytics, all you have to do is create a prediction. So we have here the predict button. All you have to do is select a name, and a target. In this case, I want to predict retirement. All I have to choose is retirement, and I create the prediction. Watson Analytics is working as a statistician in a box. As I told you, analyzing column by column all the trends, and it's going to recommend you specific algorithms from your statistical background, and it's going to recommend what's the column that is impacting the most the retirement, yes or no. So it's going to give you market basket analysis, segmentation, classification, etc. If you remember your statistics classes. It's going to create the predictors here, and it's going to let you know the field properties. So this is very cool. For every single column, it's going to show you the quality of the data, the segregation, age. So if you select the age, you can see the ranges here. It's an input, checking yes or no. This is a value. My target is available here. Cool. It's going column by column, and it's going to create statistical analysis for each of them.
So if I think of this in context of long-term, the products that may be developed out of here today, the sensors, and they're collecting data. And we can associate that in columns also with male, female, age, time on the force, number of fires they're exposed to, things like that. And then we can add columns in like, you know, cancer, variations of it, this, that, and the other. And then we can predict like what types of fires and toxins and other things like that, that over time they might come up with that, and that would be insurance or disability on from there.
You can add as many columns as you
Love
want.
it.
You can choose a target, and it's going to let you know which specific columns are impacting the most your prediction. In this case, this is a one field prediction. So the retirement, closer to the bullseye, is telling you that the international wire is a strong predictor of retirement. But you can combine more than two fields. So if you combine two, the predictive score went from 72% to 78. Because when you start combining the international wire and the higher the CLT score of the customer, the most likely they will accept a retirement program. And finally, we can do a combination of all my fields. If I combine all of them, you see, it increased to 78%. So now you are combining all these fields for your prediction.
This is so good for something.
The account number. What do you think the account number is going to impact the retirement? It shouldn't, right?
Right.
It's a number,
Right.
like the Social Security. If I want to test Watson Analytics and its knowledge, I can drag and drop the account number, and as you can see here, it's not even close to retirement. It's outside the scope. Like any number, the ID has nothing to do with the statistical analysis. Once you have your combined prediction, you can see more details.
Right. It's an IBM.
So, question would be,
Yes.
so this is an API that we can write to make posts and get it like if it's inside the beginning.
Like it's open to customize it.